CA Foundation students, how are you doing? All CA Foundation students are going to write exam tomorrow, that is June 20th. I want to speak to you because some of the BRICS Academy students and other students have been asking me last minute anything you want to say. The moment you started asking me last minute anything is there, sir, to advise us, that means you are in tension. The moment you started thinking that somebody has to talk to you something, somebody has to motivate you at this time, I understand, because we all came across exams, we all wrote exams, we all passed exams, we all had the same tension. How and what kind of a tension, whatever tension that usually students have, especially when it comes to CA Foundation professional exam, very tough exam in the country, no doubt about it. And the course has a lot of value, demand is there, and a lot of students are struggling and waiting. And obviously, so having tension is a common thing. I just want to talk to you very informally. Boys and girls, exams are a part of life. Not only this exam, whenever you want to get something in life, you want to get some qualification, you really want to become somebody, you want to become chartered accountant or cost accountant or company secretary, you want to become an engineer or a doctor, whatever it is, one very important thing that you have to go across is exam. That means unless and until you write exam, there's no chance that you will be able to make any difference in life. All of us. One side, qualifications exams are different. On the other side, life examination is different. So life is all about exam. Knowing this fact that life is all about exam, every course has an exam, every year we have to raise an exam. Even if you join in job also, until you satisfy the client, until the project that you picked up is finished, you will continue to have a lot of pressure. This is a common thing. There's nothing, I'm not denying that you should not have attention. We do have attention, everybody had attention, but we need to pay attention for this particular problem. Coming to the point, while writing CA Foundation exam, while you're going for an exam, while you're preparing for an exam, while you're attempting all the answers, I want you to follow simple tips. The first important thing when you prepare, when you're writing a CA exam, whether it is accounts exam or law exam or economics exam, or the fourth paper you have got mass, statistics and logical reasoning, whichever paper you're writing, trust me, first very important thing to win what you are writing is you need to understand the question carefully. If you do not understand the question, you will come to a conclusion, you will come to an assumption, and those assumptions will create a lot of issues. And after many a times, you must have already had an experience. Many a times we commit mistakes in the exam, thinking that this is this is that, and later on after exam, we always regret for what we have thought of. So be very careful, read the question carefully. Especially when it comes to accounts, you need to study carefully the numerical items, figures, and the calculations, whatever. Come to a conclusion. What is this amount? Where is this amount to be allocated? Where is this amount to be applicable, etc., etc. Since essay type question, that is almost 10 to 16 mark questions are being asked, you should be very careful. When it comes to law, 80% of your questions are going to be case law questions. So you need to understand the case and make sure you come to a conclusion what exactly is the problem in the case. This is how you have to do. So read the question carefully. Coming to the subjects, I'll talk to you a little later, but first read the question carefully, because if you don't understand the question, the answer, you will 100% commit a mistake. Then how to read a question? Is it sufficient if I finish reading only once? No, it's not sufficient. Always 3 times you have to read the question. If in case first reading itself, you came to a conclusion that this is the question all about, fine, you're 100% confident on it, start writing without reading the next question. When I say read the question carefully, I'm not asking read all the questions before you start writing the answer. I'm telling you first read the question, first question. If in case you are 100% confident, you start writing the question. If you're not confident, move on to the next question. And if it is MCQ based, make sure you are marking for the right question, because you read the first question, you don't know the first question, you went to second question. There is every possibility second question answer, you might mark it for first question. Don't do frog jumping. You should be very careful every time when you post answers in MCQ. Make sure you read the question, you read the question in the question paper, and you also read the question number in OMR sheet. Be very careful. Be very careful, because of this, some of of you or many students might lose marks. So when it comes to descriptive, like accounts and law, when you're reading the first question, you come to a conclusion first, whether you can answer it or not. If in case you can answer, start writing the answer, don't waste time reading the next question. The moment you start reading the next question, what happens? Your mind will start swinging into two concepts that will clash in your mind and you will not be able to get the exact answer. Yes, sorry. Clear? So this is what you have to do. Extremely sorry. So the next important, very important thing is you have to plan your answer. You have to plan your answer. In the sense, especially this planning of answer is applicable only for accountancy, which is descriptive, and law, which is descriptive. Law you'll have two types of questions. In accountancy also you have got practical questions, true or false questions, and 2-mark short answer questions also. So when can you plan this answer? If you do not read the second question, you only read the first question, you came to a conclusion, this is the concept involved in this question. This is a concept involved in this question, 100% you can come to a conclusion that you can do this. And also method. Suppose in law, there is a case law question. So case law question, you have to divide the answer into three parts. Though there is no definite method or mode in which you have to present the answer, but according to ICAI, model answers, model papers, whatever, you can clearly understand first paragraph, you have to start explaining the concept. If in case there is a case law question, if you know the section, you have to start with the section as per section so and so of Indian Contract Act 1872. This is the concept only, explain the concept. That means after reading the case law question, come to a conclusion, what exactly is the concept involved? What exactly is the concept involved? If in case concept involved you understood immediately, you can write the answer, you can start the answer. So first paragraph should have more number of lines. That is, if in case you divide case law question, at least 6 to 7 lines answer you have to write in the first paragraph. And in the second one, explain what exactly is the problem or issue in the case law. You need to clearly analyze what exactly is the issue in the case law. The problem you highlight first. Then the last paragraph, you have to give a solution. So don't try to give an answer in the first paragraph when it comes to law. If it is case law question, if it is theory question, suppose if they ask you what are the essential elements of a valid consideration, then you obviously explain whether you remember section or you don't remember section. First, you will nicely explain this is the consideration, then you will explain the points. That's fine. But section usually is very important in law when question is practical question, that is case law question. Similarly, accounts also, read all the items, release all the numerical data values that are given, then come to a conclusion what exactly is asking us to do. And frame the question, do some rough work if it is possible, right side or left side, or ask Invigilator the rough work paper and do some rough work. Yes. So each paper you have to handle differently. When it comes to economics, since it is MCQ question, economics and mathematics and statistics MCQ question, my sincere advice, make sure you read the question twice. And every time you post the answer in the OMR sheet, make sure you check the question number. And remember, you're not going to find out the correct answer in economics and maths and statistics and logical reasoning. You're actually trying to find out the best answer, because there's every possibility all 4 options might be very, 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 very nearby and closely connected. So the best answer you have to find out. So therefore, instead of reading first option, coming to a conclusion, instead of reading only first 2 options and coming to a conclusion, I advise you read all the options and make sure all of the above is a tempting option which might make you commit a mistake, and none of the above is also a tempting option which might make you to commit a mistake. Be very careful with those options. Unless 100% you are sure that there's no answer available or there is an answer available, don't go to all of these and don't go to none of this. Be very careful. Then very important thing is, when you read the question, you will come to a conclusion what exactly he is asking. So stick to that. Focus on exactly the problem that is asked. Just because you know the answer, you don't, that means even if you write the other concept, you make sure your answer is connected to that concept, whichever is asked. That is very important thing. and write systematically. Some of you don't even write the question number properly. Some of you, suppose if section A, part A, question number 1, or question number 1, then subsection, sub question, question A, question B, question C. You have to properly plan, right? Structured way you have to write. If it is law, first paragraph concept, next paragraph for what exactly is the issue, then the third paragraph conclusion you have to give. And if it is accountancy, first write the entries, properly prepare a balance sheet, whatever. I don't know, I'm not from accounts background, but I studied accounts. I'm telling you, but you have to systematize that. When it comes to maths and statistics and logical reasoning, please do remember, if you are a mathematics student, if you can answer, even you can answer maybe 70, 80, attempt 70, 80. If you're a mathematics student, means you are good at mathematics, you can. If you're a non-mathematics student, rely more on statistics and logical reasoning. First answer statistics and logical reasoning. After answering statistics and logical reasoning, if you can answer 4 or 5 questions or 10 questions in mathematics, then try attempting mathematics. Otherwise, my sincere advice for non-mathematics students, focus fully on statistics and logical reasoning. Spend ample amount of time on those 60 questions and try attempting at least 50 to 55 questions in statistics and logical reasoning. And if you are non-mathematics student, after after answering statistics and logical reasoning questions, then come to mathematics and check those chapters like calculating average due date, or maybe percentages, interest rate. I think there are some 3-4 easy chapters. If you can answer that to 100%, you are sure, pick up the question and answer. Here also I'm telling you, since you are not going to attempt all the questions in mathematics and statistics and logical reasoning, make sure every time you answer a question, check the question number which you are reading, and check in OMR sheet question number where you are marking. You will have a lot of time. So because if you're a non-mathematics student, if you are focusing mostly on statistics and logical reasoning, I'm telling you, you'll have a lot of time. Aram se, without tension, 2 hours may you can use 1.5 hour, afterwards 6-7 questions. That means if you attempt 50, you should get 50. If you attempt 52, you should get 52. Do not simply answer a question because you know that question. It is not knowing the question. It is not that you are familiar with that question. It is basically the answer. Mathematics may, statistics may, there is every possibility. You apply any method, all 3 options will reflect as if it is answer. Be very careful. End of the day, foundation is an entrance exam. This is trying to test your common sense and fundamental knowledge. So clear it off, whether you got 200 or 201 or 202, whatever it is, just get that 200 out of 400 and get out. That is important. That is a smart way of pass. If you're a mathematics student, try testing all the questions, 80 to 90, you can attempt nicely. And make sure don't attempt if you're not 100% sure about it. Most importantly, especially accounts and law, maybe economics and maths, you will not have to manage time. You will have a lot of time. You'll have a lot of time. Being my student, I'm in law and economics, you will be having ample amount of time. That is a different story. But generally, accounts and law, since question papers are lengthy, you will have to manage time. Check the number of questions, how many are. So how to manage time? Simple tip of managing time: don't read all the questions first. Read the first question. If you know the answer, start writing the answer. Read the second question. If you don't know the answer, skip the question and move on to the next question and answer the question. This is how you. So what you are supposed to do, as fast as you can, first continue reading the questions, and if you know the first question, answer the first question. If you don't know second and third question, read second and third question you don't know, but you are not 100% confident, read the fourth question. Fourth question you're 100% confident or 80% confident, start writing the fourth question, but write the question number on the margin very clearly and continue prepare, continue writing. In this way, suppose if there are 25 questions, you will be able to answer, let's say 15 to 18 questions, you're almost ready to pass the examination. Then after writing all the questions which you are 100% comfortable, then come back to the questions where you can write something. You can definitely do something, because it's not that after taking 5 to 6 months coaching, it is not that you can't answer a question completely, right? There is a possibility you might be able to answer 20%, then that experimentation you do last. So that what happens, you already have given the best in the questions which you know, then you started giving slightly where you are not so confident in answering those questions. And in accountancy especially, and law, descriptive questions, don't overwrite answers so often. My sincere advice, because quickly you will write some numbers and you will cancel it again, write numbers, you will cancel it. This will give a different impression to examiner. You will also get confused. Aram se. See, my sincere question is in accountancy, first all the short answer questions, whichever are there, finish it off. Because you need full length concentration and tensionless time on lengthy questions. Lengthy questions answer later. Because after answering lengthy questions, otherwise some of you can follow different method. Like first answer lengthy question. If there are 2-3 lengthy questions, answer lengthy questions. 1.5 hour, you finish it off. Afterwards, come to. Otherwise, first, if you are good at writing, good at fast writing, first finish short answer questions. Then come back to one of these. Don't mix them and write. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Choose first. What are all short answer questions? You decide whether lengthy questions or short answer. If you have decided to write short answer questions, finish all short answer questions and come back to lengthy questions. Otherwise, if you think you develop tension at the last moment, you finish all the lengthy questions. I mean, lengthy questions means the question which carries more marks. You write them into to plan properly. Don't overwrite frequently. Because I'm telling you, if you, instead of trying to be 100% perfect in any exam, it's better to be 70% perfect. Trust me, instead of trying to attempt all 100 marks and not getting good marks in every question, it's better to attempt 70 to 80% properly and get 60 marks. Or 50 marks also fine. We need only 50 marks to pass. All right, avoid these small mistakes and be very confident and take care. And especially on the day of examination, don't have any tension. Go, you prepared well, you have that confidence, and go to exam and carry all the necessary things, and make sure when you're writing exam, your hall ticket number, roll number, properly you write. Whatever uh, uh, mandatory things that are there, fields you fill properly, and start the answer. While writing exam, no distraction, no deviation, and don't even think what others are doing and what others are writing. You just focus on your exam, your question, and continue. All right, all the very best. God bless you.